Hi, good morning and welcome to meditation. I would like to continue meditating with you on the righteousness of God in these meditations that is about the life of the disciple of Christ Jesus, a person who has been born from above. Let's read it together, and today is the 22nd of November, Ephesians chapter 5 verse 9. For the fruit of the light consists in all goodness, righteousness, and truth. So interesting that righteousness, goodness, and truth are fruits of the light of God in us. God is light, says John in his first epistle. He also says that God is love. That's the only time you're going to find this phrase, this sentence in the Bible. God is love. God is truth. In Ephesians chapter 5 verse 1, Paul says, follow God's example, therefore, as clearly as dearly loved children. Follow God's example. How can you follow God's example if you are not in his light? Actually, as they're going to say later, you are light now. If you put chapter 5 of Ephesians in the beginning of the letter, it does not make sense at all, because you cannot follow God's example if Christ is not in you. That's why Paul is saying in Ephesians chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, that Christ is in you. Christ has done an amazing work in your life. So now you can follow his example, because Christianity, the gospel, is not a religion. In a religion, they are going to tell you, do this, do that, don't do this, don't do that, eat this, don't eat that, worship this day, don't worship another day, walk this way, don't walk the other way. But in the gospel, God has made you light, and then he is going to tell you to walk. And walk in the way of love, says verse 2 of Ephesians chapter 5. Just as Christ loved us and gave himself for us as a fragrant offering and sacrifice to God. Walk in the way of love. You cannot walk in the way of love. You cannot not walk as a child of God unless you are filled with God's righteousness. Otherwise you cannot. Ephesians chapter 5 verse 8. For you were once darkness, but now you are light in the Lord. Live as children of light. You are light, live as children of light. He's not just saying you are in the light, but he's saying you are light. You once were darkness, but now you are light in the Lord. Because you are a child of God. God has made you his child, as Paul is explaining in the book of Ephesians. And he says, walk as a child. He says, you are light. Walk as a child of light. Otherwise, you cannot do so. I finished this meditation with Ephesians chapter 5 verse 10, and find out what pleased God. Now you can, because the fruit of light is God's righteousness in you. God bless you.